Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jason. I'll be your host on this CFL talk show, Hussey's Huddle. So, in this video today, I was going to talk about Wednesday's announcement about the CFL season being postponed to August 5th, with the Grey Cup also being postponed to December 10th, I believe it was, or 12th, or something like that. But honestly, I was just feeling a little bit burnt out about that topic because it's kind of getting exhausting with speculating because there's so much we just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There's so many variables that are in place, and I feel like there are a lot of people that are covering that as it is. So I decided today we're just going to do a little bit of a laid back kind of video. I'm going to do some quizzes that I was looking up online from CFL related content, and we're just going to do a few of those today. But really quickly before we get started, if you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is by hitting that like button and subscribing to Hussey's Huddle for more CFL content, just like this. I appreciate all the support. And with that said, let's do some CFL trivia. So the first quiz we're going to take a look at here is the CFL players that have rushed for 1,000 yards in the league since 1950. I'll be honest, my knowledge about the CFL is really, since I only started watching like 8 years old in 2004 or so, that's really when I first started watching the CFL. So I don't really have the greatest historical knowledge of the CFL, but I think I can name all of the greats in terms of running backs. But like I said, I think a lot of people will probably do way better than me on a quiz like this that have watched the CFL for a long time. So I'm just going to be interested to see how I do here, and you guys can make fun of me in the comments section. So again, this is on Sporkle. I'll drop the link in the description if anybody wants to try this and see what they get. And let me know in the comments section what you guys get. And so without further ado, let's get started here. So we got Andrew Harris, obviously. We got Powell. Standback. John White. Gable. Oh, who's Calgary? Edmonton. Is that Cornish? Oh, no. What am I saying? Messam? Yeah, there we go. 2011, 2016. Who is that guy? That's Chad Cackard. I'm just trying to think of all the guys I know. I don't even know how to spell that. I might have to look up some of these names, honestly. But 2015, Montreal. I know Wes Cates is one of these guys. Corey Sheets. Honestly, you kind of forget some of these guys throughout time. But I'm sure once once I press that give up button eventually, it's going to be interesting to see the guys I missed, obviously. Hamilton, I know we got, who was that running back that we had back in the day? Oh, Avon Coburn. There we go. Jesus. Yeah, I apologize, guys. I'm not, I haven't brushed up on my CFL rushing leaders as of yet, in a while anyway. Calgary, Joffrey Reynolds. There we go. Cobb. There we go. DeAndre Cobb. That was the guy I was forgetting for the longest time. Pringle, obviously, should be on this list a bunch. Yep. It's Charles Roberts. That's the guy I was thinking of. I know Joseph, I think. Joseph did it. Yeah, Gary Joseph did that. George Reed. This is a pretty tough quiz to begin with, I'm not going to lie. I would say I would probably be better served doing a NFL version of this, just because like a lot of the players are just more easier to remember because I find there's less like 1-year wonders. There's a lot of guys here that really only did this once, as you can see on this list. BC, who was running back in BC before? Andrew Harris. I'll have to come back to that. Damon Allen did it once. There's usually a guy named Smith. Yeah, there's always a guy named Smith in any of these quizzes, whether it's NBA, NHL, anything. There's always a guy with the last name Smith. Oh, I just can't believe I'm not remembering a lot of these players, to be honest. Like, I'm drawing a blank here, guys, but you guys will let me know in the comment section whether I need to brush up on my CFL knowledge or not. 2015 with Montreal. Who rushed for 2015? Don't even forget how to spell Chad Cacker. I gotta look this up. Cacker. There we go. Let's go. Cacker. No, Cacker never did it. That sounds pretty surprising to me. Like I said, I'm more brushed up on the recent CFL history, but I'm not making excuses, guys. This is really a pathetic performance on my part, to be honest. Like I said, I'll probably forget a lot of a lot of great running backs here. Wow, this was actually a very bad way to start out this video. So I apologize, guys. I'll definitely cut out the parts where I'm just thinking for a while. And like I said, I think if I did a quarterback 4,000-yard passing season, I would have done a lot better. At least gotten all the recent ones. But wow, this was a pathetic performance. Let's just give up and see what we got here, because I'm just drawing a complete blank on a lot of these guys, and even though I've heard of a lot of them. All right, so Brandon Whitaker, what am I? Tyrell Sutton, yeah, remember him. Obviously, just retired recently. Chad Simpson. See, I don't blame myself for not remembering him. He's kind of an obscure guy. Corey Boyd. Yeah, Corey Boyd, I remember him. Fred Reed. I don't remember him too well, to be honest. I mean, obviously, had 2,000-yard seasons. That's pretty successful. But again, we're going back 10 years now for a guy like that. Martell Mallett. I cannot believe I forgot him, because he was... he was a really, really outstanding rookie in the CFL, if I remember correctly. Jamal Robertson, Robert Edwards, Kenton Keith. I remember him, but didn't remember him, obviously, for this quiz. Josh Rannick, Antonio Warren, Kelvin Anderson, John Avery. Lawrence Phillips is a guy I definitely forgot. He's a relatively big name guy that played in the CFL by the general knowledge standard. Michael Jenkins, Robinson. Just try to read through the guys. I think I would have forgotten. I think I could have remembered. Oh my God, John Wade, Reggie Taylor, Tracy Ham. I didn't know Tracy Ham rushed for 1,000 yards. That's pretty impressive for a quarterback. And now we're going back to guys that I just never saw play, right? Not that it's any excuse. I really should have brushed up on my CFL knowledge. I'm definitely going to buy a CFL encyclopedia at some point, because clearly I need to brush up on my history if I'm going to be talking about this for a long time here on the channel. Normie Kwong. I cannot believe I forgot him. He's literally the best Canadian running back ever, arguably with Harris and John Cornish as well. Like, oh. See, that's the guy. If I was to pick any guy I didn't put in here that I really regret, how did I not put Normie Kwong on here? And that's kind of embarrassing on my part. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next quiz. So the second quiz we're gonna do today is one that's probably a lot more easier, and that's naming the Grey Cup winning quarterbacks. Unfortunately, this quiz has not been updated on Sporkle since 2016. But again, I'll drop the link in the description if you guys want to try it for yourselves. And without further ado, I don't think this one requires much explanation. We'll get into it. So we have 10 minutes. We have 63 players to cover. And let's just start with 2016. Burress, obviously. Who also came in 2008, obviously. We got Mike Riley, Mitchell. Durant, Joseph, while we're at it. Lancaster. Just try to remember all these guys as they happen here. Dickinson. Toronto, Ricky Ray. I mean, obviously 1-4. BC Lule. 2010, Calvillo. 1-3. 2001. Dunnigan. There we go, Dunnigan. Not 2 ends, 1 end. Who is that? McManus. It was 2001 for Calgary. Who am I thinking? Flutie. Obviously. That kind of goes without saying. Moon. Yeah, like I said, not a CFL historian by any stretch. I feel like I'm more of a historian in other sports, but in terms of like current stuff, I'm very much well caught up in the current CFL. But in terms of historical sense, I cannot. I'm just kind of lost. But that's why we're doing these quizzes, so we can, make fun of me, and you guys can show me all your knowledge down in the comment section. 1994 for BC. Rush Jackson. What am I thinking? Rush Jackson, obviously. Always gotta try see if there's a guy named Smith. Always have to try it because there's usually a guy named Smith on any quiz like this. Is there a Johnson? Most popular name? No. Again, I'm going to completely hit myself in the face if there's anybody completely obvious that I forgot here. Hamilton. Good goddamn know this. I'm a Tiger Cats fan. What am I saying? Who was Mark Levy's quarterback when they won those Grey Cups? Oh yeah. Another one, guys. Another flop by me. This guy just got half of them at least. 1990, Winnipeg. Who was the quarterback that won the previous? The one before that drought started for Winnipeg. Who was their quarterback there? I mean, someone will tell me in the comment section, I'm sure, and I'll find out in a second. I click give up once again. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Like, there's not a lot of, trying to find, CFL historical data online. It's just not as easy as it is in other sports. And I'd like to see the CFL, improve in that, publishing their statistics and stuff a lot more. But, a lot of this is, obviously I know, a guy like Warren Moon. Almost all the guys that I've listed are either from personal memory or, they're just huge names, so I would just automatically remember them. But yeah, there's a lot of guys on this list that probably, if I had looked at a record book, I would, if I studied a record book for a little bit, I would be able to remember, and they would be a little bit more memorable, right? But yeah, pretty impressive run here for Edmonton in the in the 50s. I never realized that they won 3 in a row there, and then obviously this is obviously the greatest. I'd say probably the greatest dynasty in the history of Canadian football with the Edmonton Warren Moon years, and then who was the starter before? I know, guys, I'm gonna get crushed in the comment section on this one. It's like you don't know your CFL trivia or whatever, but I'm gonna be learning alongside you guys. You guys, especially fans that have watched this for a long time, will be able to teach me a lot here. And I'm just drawing complete blanks here, guys, honestly. And I'm sure as soon as I press give up in a second, I'm going to remember, not remember, but I'm going to be, like I said, smacking myself in the face for guys that I should have remembered when I was doing this list. All right, let's give up. Tom Wilkinson. Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's a guy I should have remembered because I remember that name. And when I was reading up about those Edmonton teams, Jeff. How did I forget Jeff Garcia? That's embarrassing. Just as a football fan, you should be able to know that. If you have any knowledge that Jeff Garcia played in the CFL, like I did, but I just, because he's just kind of following Doug Flutie, he just kind of slips in there, even though Jeff Garcia was great in his own right in the CFL and obviously went on to the NFL and became a pretty successful starting quarterback as well. Kent Austin, should have remembered him as well. Former Hamilton Tiger Cats head coach, Saskatchewan Roughriders, Grey Cup winning head coach. Yeah, not ideal there. Let's see if I remember that. So Edmonton won with 3 different quarterbacks back in the day. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, Bernie Filoni, Jackie Parker, Don Getty. I'm learning a lot of these guys' names for the first time, I'll be honest. Joe Cap, I know him because he got in a fight with Angelo Mosca back at the Grey Cup festivities a few years back. That was infamous. But don't remember anybody. Chuck Ely, maybe. That kind of rings a bell a bit. But Yeah, those are the guys that I think I should have gotten. I think Wilkinson, Kent Austin, Garcia, and maybe Joe Cap. But that's kind of, I didn't even know if he won a Grey Cup. I mean, I know he played in he played in the NFL for a bit too. Like, and he's very well known for that fight with Moscow and that their feud throughout the years. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this quiz. If you guys tried it before seeing the results here on the screen, and just let me know your score down in the comments section. And hopefully, if I do a quiz video like this again, I would be more prepared and I will actually be able to perform better. But like I said, it's not. I wasn't doing this for trying to be the most successful as possible. Obviously, I was trying to do the best I possibly could, but it wasn't to show how great of knowledge I was, because I knew I wasn't going to do great on, especially the historical 1950s, 60s, 70s kind of CFL trivia. But I just wanted to start the discussion with you guys, get our minds off this, this CFL speculation about, the whole XFL thing, the whole, whether there's going to be a season this year. And, I just wanted to do something a little bit different on the channel today. And I would love to hear your feedback in the comments section below. And with that said, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Once again, my name is Jason. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is by hitting that like button and subscribing to Hussey's Huddle for more CFL content just like this. Once again, let me know if you would like to see more of these quiz-like videos in the future. Hopefully I can find more quizzes like this on Sporkle and other quiz sites like this. Or maybe we can just, as a community, we can create more CFL-related quizzes on platforms like this. Or Tier Maker. I think I'm definitely going to make some Tier Maker things for CFL fans to play around with. And but yeah, let me know how you guys like this kind of video in the comments section. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.